Here we are back again. Ellen McHale is with me. She's with the New York State Folklore Society, and their office actually is, or not office, but storefront is located on J Street. So please stop by if you're looking for that really kind of neat gift. And you brought a few things with you. Let's talk about what, and then we're going to look at some photos.
Sure.
That's a beautiful piece.
It is a beautiful piece. It's made by Mark Swanberry, who is in Fulton, West Fulton in Schoharie County. He's a stoneworker, but he's begun to work with copper also.
Copper. Oh my God, it's beautiful. And this is something like this would be for sale in your store.
Yes. Our goal for the gallery shop is to support artists' work directly. So everything similar to fair trade, but we can't use that because we're not international. So everything's made in New York. The support goes directly to the artists. It's all consignment.
And it gets back to buy local.
Yes, it
buy
does.
local. Buy as local as you can, because the money that you put into the local economy, stays in that local economy, and it keeps generating more an engine for the community.
Yes.
You brought some photos, and I was really interested because they're all horses, and I'm going, oh my gosh, what is that?
Well, we are a statewide organization. We are in Schenectady, but we cover the state. And this is actually a personal project of mine. I have been documenting the backstretch of the thoroughbred racetracks nationwide, and we are going to be having an exhibition at Crandall Public Library starting in July. It will travel throughout the state, but it's all about the occupational life in the backstretch. There's a number of different occupational roles that people have. And I've been interviewing for the last 10 years with support from the New York State Council of the Arts.
This used to be like the migrant workers that come through.
Yes, and they are definitely mobile. I interviewed people in Florida who I see in Saratoga every year. So there's a circuit that people move around.
And that's their life.
It is their life, yes. Very strong occupational life and pride in their work.
And especially since we do have Aqueduct and we also have Saratoga, and there may be other...
And Belmont, yes,
right.
Yeah. So the exhibition will start at Crandall Public Library in July, and it will go to Traditional Arts of Upstate New York in Canton. We're hoping to send it to Belmont also, and maybe to Kentucky, but I'm not sure.
And are these going to be like photographs?
Photographs. We have some art from people who are living and working in the backstretch who are artists, so we have some prints of their work that depict the backstretch, largely photographic, some objects.
And it's important, I think, to address many of the things that in our state, and I'm sure there's, racing and others, but Saratoga is one of the oldest racetracks.
It is.
Is it the oldest?
No, it's not the oldest, but it's certainly has a lot of prestige. It's one of the most prestigious tracks.
Yeah, important.
Yeah.
Now, how does someone? Now, you brought fabrics with you.
I did. One of the other projects that the New York Folklore Society is beginning to do is a micro-enterprise project. Our goal is to really work with people currently who are practicing traditions that may be centuries old, but we work with today's artists, and we are beginning to work with large groups of refugee and immigrant populations. And so I have a bag here that's made by a woman in Utica who is
I love
Karen
that.
from current Myanmar. And we just received support from Empire State Development, actually, to do some micro-enterprise training, business training, marketing work with immigrant and refugee artists. So
and because they have skills that
they do. And especially the Karen, for example, had a large cottage industry and micro-enterprise work under that fair trade moniker in refugee camps. When they come to this country, they kind of don't have any support anymore for that kind of work.
Yeah, and this is all handmade.
It is all
and this is all handwork, right?
Yes, it's all, they have backstrap looms that they weave everything, and then they do the embroidery.
You mean they weave the cloth?
They weave the cloth.
Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm going to hold it up one more time.
And there's a group in Utica, they've formed themselves into a cooperative.
Store,
yes, it's available in our store.
And they are a nonprofit. They're just really trying to help local artists and
statewide. So we do have things in this shop that are from New York City, from Western New York. a lot of stuff that's local because they know who we are and
How do you
we are
define
here.
what you have in there? Are they crafts? Are they, what would you call it, folk
Well,
art?
we say folk art, but I think that that confuses people sometimes. They're fine crafts. They are handmade, and they represent a traditional activity that somebody's learned because of their ethnic group, their regional affiliation, who they are. We support people who are haven't gone to school, for example, to learn the craft, but they've learned it because they've sat with somebody and learned it directly one-on-one.
Right. And then how do people, suppose there is an artist there that wants to get in touch with you, can they get in touch with you?
They certainly can. We have a gallery committee, and a gallery manager is Lori Longfield, who's in our gallery shop, and they would basically come in and say, we'd like to work with you, and it goes to a committee.
And they get like a percentage of what?
Yes, yeah.
So you get the
We take a percentage off the top, and the brunt of the support goes directly to the artist.
That's important because the amount of, you're paying rent, you're
Yes,
doing a lot of other things.
Rent, and we have lights and overhead.
You got overhead, so that has to be covered. If you're interested in purchasing something local, especially if you're getting something for a wedding gift that's out say in Montana, maybe it's nice to give a gift from New York to say this was made in New York. And
it is, and we have a lot of people who come in and say, I'm going overseas, I want to send something that's reflecting my community, and so we certainly do that.
It's important, I think. So check it out. It's over on J Street. That's their gallery. I call it a store, but it really isn't. It's really a gallery. I mean, when you go in there, and you're just going to be like your eyes are going to pop because there's so much to look at there. And talk to Ellen here and find out more about how you can maybe support our community in the state of New York.
Yes, and we are a membership organization, so
people can join.
Yes, you can join us, and we have a website, nyfolklore.org.
And I think we put that up there too. Great. Thank you so much for being here,
Thank
Ellen.
you.
I think it's important to get the word out, and if anybody's watched this show, I'm always saying buy local. Well, local is New York State too.
Great. Thank you.